I'm Can, and you're watching Celt Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen. Today we're going to be cooking a special dish known as a cheese latke. It is a Jewish dish that's used to celebrate Hanukkah, and it's very similar to an American pancake. Makes for a delicious dessert or breakfast food, and I think you're going to enjoy it.
Okay, cheese latkes. Latkes. Alright, I have no idea. I'm no expert at such things. But as you can see, they're quite cheap to make, and as a Scotsman, I appreciate it when things are cost effective. Now we're going to be using a food processor to blend our ingredients. Don't worry about that smudge there on the bowl, it's quite clean. We'll start with a cup of ricotta cheese, add in our 3/4 cup of flour, our 2 tablespoons of sugar, our teaspoon of kosher salt, and our half teaspoon of baking powder. Very nice. Now when it comes to eggs, you want to crack them separate from the main mix. That way you can pick out any pieces of shell that may fall in. With a wee bit of practice, you too can crack eggs one-handed. Unless you have small hands, in which case you're doomed to a life of ignominy. Now see that there in the bottom? That's our sole piece of eggshell. We fish that out with a spoon, takes no time at all. Easy peasy. Then we just add eggs to the mixture. Look, you can stir this by hand of course, but that takes a long time. This way it takes maybe 15 seconds of processing, tops. But make sure you know how to operate your machine before you risk your dinner with it. Me, I just hit the food processor button a time or two, make sure everything's mixed up nicely. Let's see, maybe one more time. Aye, that's right. Just like so. Oh, perfect! See, this is what it looks like when it's mixed proper. Very nice. Now, we're going to get as much of our mixture into this other bowl as we can. Look, you'll have a lot of tidying up to do at the end, but if you're anything like me, you're going to procrastinate and put that off for as long as you can. I suppose for liability issues, I should warn you not to eat any raw eggs or something like that. Use some spray oil or coat the pan lightly in olive oil to cook your latkes. And make sure that pan gets nice and hot. I think for kosher meals you have to cook in olive oil, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Just going to make little globs out of these. Try to keep them roughly circular in shape. But of course, you're not going to make them perfect, unless you get those little ring mold things, but why would you waste them on this? After a minute or two, check your doneness. Because sometimes you'll have a particular piece that's cooked quicker than others, because some parts of your pan will heat up faster than others. And you want to keep an eye on that. Don't assume everything cooks at the same time. But all in all, this should take a couple of minutes. You wanted a nice golden brown, not a blackened carcinogenic husk. So move things around. If you've got a hot spot, move your less cooked pieces into that spot, so that everything gets even time to cook. Oh, it's looking good. It shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes tops, I think. And then you should be ready to plate, just like I am right here. Okay, so you can use honey, or you can use maple syrup, or what have you. But I still have some leftover chocolate frosting from that terrible cake that I made last week. So I'm going to use that as a spread. Unfortunately, it's quite cold from the fridge, so it doesn't spread very easily, but that doesn't mean I get more of it, so that is a nice thing in itself. Good.
Well, that's our show. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope you learned something. Specifically, I hope you learned how to make these delicious little cheese latkes, which essentially taste like American pancakes. They work fantastic with that chocolate frosting that we had made for our cake last week. You know, the cake that failed. But as you can tell, sometimes even your failures can become successes if you find the right venue for them. But anyway, you're watching Celt Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen.